7. The Great King of India. This guy was one of the richest men ever. He built his fortune largely on opium and also on exploiting the labor of millions of people. But he loved two things more than anything: gold and building giant statues of himself. You can still see his giant statue today in the mountains of Afghanistan, where archaeologists discovered it 3 decades ago. It's 40 feet tall and weighs over 230 tons. Now, back to our story. Legend has it that when the king went to bed at night, he would have nightmares about losing his wealth and power. So to protect himself, he had all of his gold buried in the ground around his palace. Then when he died, his greedy son did the same thing. And then when he died, his son did the same thing. And after a few more rulers did the same thing, over $180 million worth of gold was buried there. Archaeologists have found some of it is still there. Number 6, the Mongols. Genghis Khan is one of the most feared men in history. He built a massive empire by conquering Persia, China, and Russia. But he wasn't done yet. So he turned his attention to Afghanistan. There was a local king who ruled over the city of Balkh. Genghis wanted to make him an offer. He wanted him to convert to Islam and become part of the Mongol Empire, but the king refused. So Genghis had his men attack the city. They slaughtered everyone inside, including the king. It's estimated that 100,000 people were killed in the battle. And afterward, Genghis made the city into a pile of rubble. But the Mongol Empire didn't last forever. Eventually, civil war broke out. Factions fought for control and Afghanistan became a battleground. The country was ruined and it never really recovered. No .5 British puppets. For centuries, Afghanistan was a battleground between the British and the Soviets. When the Soviets invaded Afghanistan in the 1980s, they installed a puppet leader named Babrak Karmal. He was a communist who had lived in the Soviet Union for many years. But the Afghans hated him because he wasn't one of them. They didn't like that he was a city boy who never even served in the army. In fact, he was so unpopular that the Mujahideen launched a massive attack against him. His palace was attacked and his family was taken hostage. He survived and later became president again. But that didn't stop the Mujahideen from attacking. In fact, they kept attacking until he was forced to flee the country. Number 4, the Taliban. The Taliban emerged in the 1990s as a fundamentalist Islamic movement. They took control of the country and imposed their strict interpretation of Sharia law. This included public executions, amputations, and the banning of women's rights. The international community quickly condemned the Taliban and demanded that they change their ways or else. But the Taliban refused and continued to do their own thing. That led to the United States invading the country in 2001. The Taliban lost and had to flee. But they didn't stay gone for long. They regrouped and launched an insurgency against the US and the Afghan government. To this day, they continue to cause chaos and instability in the country. 3. The good old days. Before all the recent conflicts, Afghanistan used to be a peaceful country. People from all over the world came to visit the stunning landscape and ancient monuments. Travelers could explore the bustling bazaars, sample the delicious cuisine, and experience the warm hospitality of the Afghan people. The country was known for its vibrant culture and stunning natural beauty. But those days are long gone. Today, Afghanistan is one of the most dangerous countries in the world. People are afraid to leave their homes. The economy is in shambles, and the country is on the brink of collapse. Number 2, the forgotten country. Afghanistan is often referred to as the forgotten country for a reason. For decades, it has been stuck in a never-ending cycle of war and violence. The international community has largely ignored the country, leaving the Afghan people to fend for themselves. As a result, Afghanistan has become one of the least developed countries in the world. It ranks 173rd out of 180 countries in terms of human development. The average life expectancy is only 64 years. The literacy rate is less than 50%, and nearly half of the population lives in poverty. No. 1 neighbors. Afghanistan is surrounded by 5 countries: Iran, Pakistan, India, China, and Tajikistan. All of these countries have had a significant impact on Afghanistan's history and culture. But perhaps the most influential neighbor is Pakistan. The two countries have a complex and often contentious relationship. Pakistan has long been seen as a rival to Afghanistan, and the two countries have fought several wars. Moreover, Pakistan has provided refuge to Afghan militants who have launched attacks against the Afghan government. As a result, Afghanistan has become a proxy conflict between Pakistan and India. Both countries are trying to influence Afghanistan and bring it into their respective spheres of influence. The situation is unlikely to change anytime soon, which means that Afghanistan will continue to be caught in the middle. Thanks for watching. See you next time.